There is a monster pattern forming on Amazon stock chart right now. I want to show you what I'm talking about. Let's jump in. Okay, I've got Amazon stock chart pulled up in TradingView. And real quick, I just want to tell everyone Happy New Year. I hope you have a fantastic 2021. And if you're not a subscriber here and you like technical analysis, chart pattern analysis, things like that, hit that subscribe button, join the channel, because I do a lot of these videos. I set price predictions, and we've been making some money off of some of these trades. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join the family. Okay, so I see a consolidation phase on Amazon stock chart right now, and there's a consolidation phase going on in a lot of the big tech companies right now, but this one is really interesting for Amazon because I'm going to show you, I'm going to zoom out on this chart here in a second, and I'm going to show you why this consolidation phase is even more significant for Amazon because it's part of a bigger picture here. But real quick, let me show you what this consolidation phase is. Okay, we're talking about around the end of August, beginning of September. That's when this consolidation phase started, with the high on the chart on 2 September. It looks like we got to a high of 35.52, and that is the all-time high, it looks like, on Amazon, and we've been chopping sideways since then. So for a few months now, we've been chopping sideways, creating a low, a lower high, a higher low, a lower high. Looks like that's a double top right there, but it's inside this this kind of wedge type pattern. So we have 3 touchdowns on this top resistance. We have 2 touchdowns on the bottom support. So we've got a nice little consolidation phase going on here with a pretty good number of waves to make it pretty legit, especially now that we had this last wave come up and touch the resistance, or at least get pretty close enough to it to consider it a wave there. So now that we are pretty confident that we have a consolidation period going on here, let me zoom out and show you why this is significant. So we're just going to pull this back a little bit, kind of crunch these candlesticks together. By the way, we are looking at the daily candlesticks. I'm going to crunch this down a little bit. And what does this start to look like as we crunch these guys together? Here, let me help you out. If you don't know what I'm talking about yet, let me draw this. We have a flagpole right here. What does that start to look like now? It starts to look like a bull pennant. It starts to look like we're going to probably chop this out a little bit further. Maybe chop this out a little bit further. And all of a sudden we have what looks like a bull pennant, right? Why is that significant? Well, we can project price targets from bull pennants. We can project to the upside. A bull pennant is a continuation pattern of a bull trend. So we need to have been in a bull trend, which clearly we were. I mean, this huge flagpole is a bull trend, but we were in a bull trend before that anyway. A little less aggressive of a bull trend, but still a bull trend. And we've just been going straight up on Amazon since the March pandemic lows, right? So we created that flagpole, and then since September, August timeframe, we've been chopping sideways to create that consolidation period that has made the pennant flag part of the bull pennant formation. So it looks like we could chop sideways a little bit longer on Amazon, maybe all the way out until March even. This is a massive pattern, right? We are talking about since March. This has been a giant pattern forming since March, so we're talking 9 months of data forming this one giant pattern. And this pattern is so big that we are going to have a big price target from it. I'm actually going to give 2 price targets in this video. One that is just absolutely massive, and I'll save that for the end, and then one that is a little bit more conservative, and I'll do that one first. I'll actually do that one right now. So how do we make these price targets? Well, if we don't think that this is a bull pennant and we just think it's kind of a consolidation period that is continuing a bull trend, then we would take, you know what, let's zoom back in so that to make this a little bit easier. Yeah, if we don't think that this is a bull pennant, if we just think this is a consolidation period coming off of a bull trend, then you take the bottom of the biggest wave, you measure to the top of the channel of the wedge. You get about $646. Let's make it $650 just to make it nice and even and easy. And that doesn't that sound absolutely massive? $650 is the height of this formation. That sounds ridiculous until you realize we're talking about Amazon, a stock that is currently trading at $3,200, right? This is an absolutely massive share price. So when we have pattern formations of $650, it sounds like a lot, but it's not for Amazon, right? Because it's just a massive stock. So it's actually only 22%, right? 22.5%. So we take that $650 and we add it on to wherever we think this stock is going to break out. So if we think we chop around all the way to the end, then we break out over here, maybe something like that, we just project $650 from right there. And we can do this wherever we end up breaking out. We can wait until we get that breakout and then add $650 to that breakout price, and that'll be our price target. But let's do, for example, at the end of this pattern, we'll throw our $650 right here, $646, and we get a price target of $39.14. That would be the conservative price target here for Amazon based on this pattern, right? And it doesn't have to be right there, right? If we break out right here, if we open next week and just gap up and break out, and then we get a couple more candlesticks to close above this resistance, I would consider that a confirmed breakout above the resistance, and I would be targeting $650 above that wherever we broke out from there. I'm just going to guess that we chop out a little bit further to the end of the pattern and then break out $650 from there, and we might end up somewhere in that $3,900 range. Okay, that's actually the conservative price target for this pattern. If we think that this is a bull pennant, then we're going to take this entire flagpole, guys. We're just going to go ahead and copy that line, paste it, because we're going to take it and add it to the end of this formation, and that is going to be our price target. So let's say we chop around all the way to here and we start our new bull trend right there. We're going to start our new flagpole right there and give us a massive price target on Amazon of $5,037. How crazy does that sound? That sounds absolutely ridiculous, right? $5,000 a share. And it kind of is, because Amazon is already a massive company, but we're also talking about this playing out over the next 9 months, 8 months. I mean, this is kind of targeting the August time frame. So we may see something like $5,000 a share on Amazon later in 2021. It could take a while to get there. And it's really not that big of a move. I mean, it's a big move because it's a huge company already, but $5,000 a share on a company that's already $3,200, that's you're not even doubling your stock price, right? Well, I mean, let's just do the math right now. Let's pull out the calculator and just do it on screen. All right, so we got the calculator out, and let's take a $3,200 stock divided by a $5,000 price target, and you get a 64% move to the upside. So it's a 64% move to the upside over the course of the next 8 months. That does sound like a massive move for such a massive company. Absolutely, totally get that. But that is what this stock pattern is suggesting, a bull pennant. You know, if this is a legit bull pennant, which, I mean, it kind of looks like it is to me, that said, bull pennants have about a 55% chance of reaching their price target after we have broken out above the resistance, that top resistance of the pennant. 55% chance of hitting that price target. So I don't know about this one, just because this company is so big that I don't know if it's got 64% or whatever it was to run to the upside in 8 months. That just sounds too good to be true for a company that big. I mean, let's look at market cap, 1.6 trillion, right? Yeah, 1.6 trillion. Amazon is a $1.6 trillion company right now. So if you add 64% to that, you're talking about adding more than $1 trillion in market cap. So it's going to be a 2.6 or probably a 2.8-ish trillion dollar company by August of 2021, August of this year. That is what this bull pennant formation is suggesting on this price target. That's just bonkers, right? That's the biggest. That would be the biggest company in the world today, It might not be then, you know, because you still got Apple and Saudi Aramco and things like that. But this is a gigantic formation. It's saying we're going there in the next 8 months if we can break out above the top of that bull pennant, right? That's the big if here. So that's the aggressive price target. I also set that more conservative price target earlier in the video. So I could definitely see that more conservative one being far more likely to play out. But I do think that this aggressive price target is in play, especially if we break out above that resistance at the top of that bull pennant, okay? So that's what I got for Amazon. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys like technical analysis, stock chart pattern analysis, things like that, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. I will see you there and in the next video. Thanks, guys.